it is true that teachers or the teaching fraternity or within the teaching profession is where we get the most meager salaries so far. Amongst all the workers in the government, the most lowly paid is the teacher. And the teacher carries the heaviest workload so far, bringing on board even the JS, that is under the CBC curriculum. It's not been easy for a teacher. And we thank the government because they sacrificed to make a top-up within the teaching force by bringing on board the interns, which when we look keenly, it's not part and parcel of the TSC code, nor the education, the education act. But because there was dire need, the unions conceded, both KUPPET and KNUT. And I thank God because we are having the chairman KUPPET, our brother Maurice Otunga, here with us. We consented because we were in dire need that the continuity of CBC take place and our children also to be learned and educated. On account that in 1 year's time, these teachers were to be employed now on permanent and pensionable basis. Unfortunately, at the end of the year, the government proceeded and added more months instead for the contract. Fair and fine. We ended up agreeing together with them as a union and the unions that they were now to confirm these teachers, having witnessed other teachers being employed on P&P in funerals, while a bigger chunk were remaining on contract. This was a great discrepancy, and it brought a lot of nepotism, which we don't prefer as teachers. Teachers are always united. Teachers speak one language. Teachers offer services with all their heart, and there should be any discrimination in, amongst them. And more so being created by the government, I think it was quite unfair. On that note, we are demanding, as a union, the P&P employment of our intern teachers who have sacrificed for now almost 2 years teaching our pupils on the meager pay of 17,000. It is quite unfortunate. It has been a sacrifice and they've been giving their whole. On the other hand, the CBA that we signed, when the housing levy came into being, the unions gave the slip of a teacher and they saw how painful a teacher has been suffering. The government realized that it is important that they do something to the teachers. The president gave a decree of 10%. It went through the formal process, through the SRC, through the Education Parliamentary Committee, through the Finance Committee, and it was passed that it was to be given in 2 phases. The first phase was given in 2023, July. The second phase was to be applied this year. It is with regrets after the finance bill was brought that we are being informed that we are no longer to be paid because the finance bill never passed. A budget that was passed 2 years back, 3 years back, I think it's not reasonable and it's not resonating well with us as teachers, telling us today that the finance bill for 2024-2025 is not applicable on our issues that were passed 2 years back. It's not practical. We demand for the CBA minus the completion of the CBA second phase. There is no opening of schools. Solidarity, colleagues. Wow. There is no opening of schools. And both Kenya National Union of Teachers, together with KUPPET, we are standing firm on behalf of our teachers. There is no opening of schools so long as the JS teachers are not to be confirmed on P&P, so long as the CBA is not put into implementation. Solidarity, colleagues. Wow. Allow me give my counterpart also to say a word.
The Executive Secretary has pronounced herself very clearly. This time round, the teacher unions KNUT and KUPPET are speaking the same voice. And you have seen the steps are now on. It is very clear that we are talking about a CBA that was signed way before the purported finance bill. We will not hide into a purported finance bill the failure of overtaxing Kenyans so that we want to blame everything on that particular document. KNUT and KUPPET are clear on this. If we will not get our last batch of CBA, if the teachers on JS will not be confirmed, if there will be interference with our medical allowance and medical scheme, it is clear we will not open schools on the 26th of August. That is as clear as that. We have used so many words. The government likes it when we use so many words. Now the words are too many. We have no further words. It is simple. Give us our fair share and we shall teach the Kenyan child. You refuse, no learning in our schools.